Good morning, Hope Church. Trust you've had a really good weekend and praying you have a great week. This morning I wanted to talk about what we look for as we move forward. Sometimes we're always looking for the next best thing. There are people seeking out the next thrill or the next challenge, or just the next program or the next season in terms of what they're doing. We kind of think that the new thing will make all the difference in the world. A guy called Henry Vardy, who deeply impacted D.L. Moody, said, "The world has yet to see what God will do through one man who is completely consecrated to him." The reason the next best thing is not going to work is because we already have the next best thing. The best thing we have is Jesus Christ. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He does not change. Christ in us is the hope of glory. And we're supposed to pursue loving God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength. God has given us a solution for all the problems in the world, and it really is Jesus Christ. He is the answer to all that we need. And until we dedicate ourselves to seeking him, until we pursue him with all of our energy, we will not find him. We're looking for shortcuts. We're always looking for shortcuts. Coffee can be bought in beans and you can grind it and make it yourself, or you can buy instant coffee. And just about everything is being made to be done faster. Sadly, that also applies to the Christian life. Very often, people are looking for a quicker way to read their Bible, a quicker way of praying, a quicker way of consuming the sermon or the message. And realistically, those things will never ever solve the problem that we have. In the end, it's how we choose to spend our time. We all have the same amount of time. Jesus, when he walked on the earth, had the same amount of time per day, per week, per year that we have. The difference is what we choose to do with that time. God has given us enough of it, but we need to make a choice. And I want to encourage you this morning. If you want to get through this season, there is only one way. It's not in a sermon or a book. It's not in some secret message that somebody has. It's in a relationship with Jesus Christ. He is the only one who will take us through. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that difficult times are ahead. And I want to say right at the start of this next season that we're in, it's about digging deep in God. It's about making a decision to turn off the TV, to stop doing some of the hobbies we do, and earnestly seek God. We're not going to transform our society. The only one that has the power to change it is Jesus Christ. But we do have the power to pray. We have the power to seek him. We have the power to look for him and pursue him, and then to consecrate ourselves to him, and he uses us to become a catalyst to bring transformation into our nation. I want to ask you, do you want such a life that is consecrated to God? A life full of glory? Now, it may not be glory in the way the world sees it, but certainly in the way that God sees it. And by glory, I'm talking about his presence, knowing him in our lives. Our history shows that there are men and women of God who have dedicated themselves so completely to God that they have changed our history. They've impacted neighborhoods and nations, and they've been a huge catalyst for change. Very often we want to imitate their methods. We want to do it the way that they did it. But actually, it's not in the method, it is in the life. We need to copy the lifestyle. I remember reading about George Muller, who ran the orphanages in Bristol, and he used to be up at 3:30 a.m. in the morning praying for people. You think of other people like Smith Wigglesworth, who used to read nothing but the Bible. He would always have it with him. I think of people like C.H. Spurgeon, who challenged all of his students, try and find me without a Bible on me. These lives made a big change. And if we want to make a big change, I want to encourage you, as Paul said, that we imitate these people as they follow Christ, that we're looking at following Jesus. It's about our dedication to him. I think of the example of Enoch that we looked at the weekend. For 300 years, he followed God. He walked faithfully in fellowship with God. And we can do that. We can walk with God every day in the busyness of life. Let me tell you, it is possible. It is possible to have our hearts fixed on God while our minds are fixed on work. But there is a practice that we need to develop so that we can do that consistently. I want to encourage you, spend time with Jesus. Begin to spend time more so focusing on him. If you're already doing that, then God bless you. I think it's an amazing thing. We need to pray for our nation. Prayer is the only thing that is going to bring real change into our nation. We need to pray. That is going to be the biggest thing that we can do. And alongside that, it's about building our relationship with Jesus. It's about daily reading our Bible. Yes, sometimes it can be a slog, but let me tell you, it always leads us to a place of peace and comfort and strength in God. I find the moments that I spend with Jesus prepare me for the difficulties that I face in my daily life. There are overwhelming challenges that I feel I don't have the power to do, but when I spend time with Jesus, all of a sudden I feel confident that he will do it through me. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be easy, and I'm not saying that this is the well-travelled road. In fact, this is the less travelled road. This is the path that has more undergrowth because fewer people are on it. Many people want a quick fix. Many people want to do their devotions as quickly as possible. But the reality is we are building a relationship. I want to say very clearly, the only answer here is Jesus. It's not in the church. It's not in a sermon. It's not in a conference. It's not in a book. It is in Jesus Christ, the person of Jesus Christ. And I'm learning every day just how amazing he is. And he sustains me and he takes me through, and he will do the same for you. But what we need to do is consecrate our lives to him. Say, Jesus, my life belongs to you. And then we begin to take our time and our money and our possessions and our resources, and we make it available to him. And we hand it to him and say, Lord, we want to follow you. And he will lead us on a glorious journey. So let me encourage you. Clothe yourself with Jesus every day. Spend some moments every day. The more you spend time with him, the better you will get to know him. I really pray that this has challenged you, but in a positive way. Jesus really is the answer. He is alive today. He is willing to come and fellowship with you. But we must wrestle out time in our busy schedules and say, you know what, Jesus, you are my biggest priority. I pray God would bless you and that you would have a really great week. Thank you.